Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to another Monday morning art talk. Whee! Check out my home studio mentorship at silvertunes.com classes. Okay, so today I wanted to just talk to you about about the importance of being here now. And the reason I used that title too was I was looking through my iPad where I have my collection of different books that I've read over the years, and all of a sudden I stopped on a book again that is called Be Here Now by a guy named Ram Dass. And what made me want to look at that book was I was just sitting out, I don't even remember where I was, but in public somewhere, and a guy comes walking by me and is wearing a t-shirt that says Be Here Now. And so I'm always looking at these things as messages, you know, and it's really about paying attention. And there was a great line that someone said on the radio. I happened to flip through this channel and landed on this guy at this exact moment. And the guy said, pay attention on purpose to the present moment. And I just love that. And it's just like, you know, there's no coincidences in things. I think everything is going to happen the way that it's going to happen. And this is the unfortunate things that happens with the human being, is that we just way overthink stuff all the time, just way overthink it. You know, it's just like we don't let things just manifest themselves and just be the way that they're going to be. We have to go to that next step. So, you know, I like to think about it like this. You almost have like two choices. You can either decide that you want to be frustrated, depressed, worried, concerned, fearful, agitated, you know, you name it, just boom, 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 boom. Otherwise, you can decide, no, I don't want that. I'm just going to kind of be here now. And it's just like, you know, what time is it? It's right now. Where am I? Here. And you start to think about these things and try, and it's not natural. But I think it's because our whole lives, by the influences in our lives, the people around us, this whole idea of, it's hard, you know, to where we've been programmed to think like this and to, you know, from school, from the teachers, from the homework assignments, from the bad grades, from all these conditionings that we've had, have told us how we've had to be perfect, how we've had to follow this certain rule of thought, and we've had to do it this certain way, and we can't deviate from that, and we become these little machines, these little cogs in the wheel, where that's just, it's all a false illusion, and it's not natural. And it's not natural when I talk about that. It's not natural like natural growth and everything else around us. And, you know, one of the things I just wanted to mention in this book, which the Be Here Now, which he quotes someone else as saying this, but you got to think about it as like a snake. You can't pull the skin off a snake and say, you're ready to shed, and boom. The snake is going to shed its skin when the snake is ready to shed its skin. And that's just like us. We're going to shed, we're going to have that breakthrough when we're ready to have that breakthrough. We're going to have that awakening within our own artwork and our own level when that time comes and it's ready. And it's like every time I read this, I say, yes, 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 it is so true. Oh my God, this is so right. And this is why I want to share it with you guys. It's so true on every level, because when I think about where I was in my artwork, when I was starting out, when I was learning, and the frustration and all that, and because I didn't understand, I didn't realize, as long as I keep following my path, and as long as I keep working towards my goal, as long as I keep working towards improvement, you're going to go at the pace you're going to go. And one day it is, and it does happen, all of a sudden that whoa, what, oh my God, what did I just discover just now? What did I just figure out? And that could come in the form of your own personal just drawing, and where you're discovering things. Like, I know that it happened for me when I was drawing in my sketchbook all the time, and all of a sudden I saw something at that moment in someone. I saw the way a wrinkle in the clothing worked. Oh my God. I saw the way that a side view worked, or the back of an ear. Oh my God, look at this. And you discover these things otherwise through books and knowledge, where you find the right book that's going to lead you into that, and you read through what someone's written about, and you go, oh my God, that's so clear. That makes so much sense. Like something that I mentioned actually, and I wrote it in my book, The Silver Way, that I did, was based on what I learned from this guy named Seamus Culhane, who was an animator. And you can read through someone's book, a whole book, and have nothing to take away from it but one little nugget, Otherwise, that nugget even hits you 2 years down the road, And that one little nugget, which I write about, which has always benefited me, was, but then it tied into, the reason I wrote it was it tied into what Mort Drucker taught me from Mad Magazine, was use the pen. Don't use, just pencil all the time, and now with the computer, we're always hitting undo. What it does is when you're using the pen, it helps you just make a commitment. You commit yourself to that line, and you're not just erasing it and scribbling it out. And Seamus Culhane, the same thing. Just draw. Just draw at 1,000,000 miles an hour and get it out. Don't go so slow that it becomes unnatural, to where, you're forcing everything, and it becomes, and then you want to just change it and fix it. It's like become the snake again, to where you're shedding that skin and that light when you need to shed that light. It's like, don't rush to that point where it's almost like you're slowing it down. It's almost this weird paradox, this weirdness to it, because you don't want to slow down, go so slow, to where you're overthinking things and it's not as natural. But then you got to make sure that you're doing things naturally at that pace, and that's what it comes down to, is just don't do this to yourself. It's just let things sort of just happen the way that they're going to happen. I think it is, in my opinion, for a calmer life, because you know what you're going through. You know that you're just going, crazy, and that you're just going, you're frustrated. And why am I frustrated? What is the cause of this frustration? And so much of it is just really just pulling back again and just letting things, it's going to happen for you. And that's the hardest thing to almost comprehend, is that it's going to eventually be what it is you want it to be, as long as you're moving towards that, and just don't overthink it so much. You're going to get there. You're going to get there. Let's take a breath. We're going to get there. It's all going to work its way out. This day is going to end, okay? The sun is going to rise. The sun is going to set. It's going to rain. It's going to do everything. It's all going to happen. And that's unfortunately what we as humans have to just realize, that we just got to pull it back a bit. And eventually these things will happen for you, okay? But just try not to panic. Try not to go too crazy. Try to be here now. Think about this. Again, this was written by Ram Dass, what he wrote, and I love it. He said, "Where are you? I'm right here. What time is it? It's right now." Okay? Stop overthinking tomorrow. Stop overthinking next week. You can't foresee those. You can't predict those. You can't make those things happen any quicker, any faster. Just put things into action, and sort of just like the Beatles said, let it be. And that's what you're just trying to do here, okay? With your own artwork, you'll get there. Trust me, you will. You will. And I've gone through it, and I'm here. I am here, and my purpose is here to tell you guys. I am that voice in your head. I am that whisper. If anything, just let anything that I can with my experience just maybe go in your head, but realize that it's going to take work. You have to think about this stuff every day. You can't just decide one day, oh my God, that's a great message I got today. That's something that I took in and I learned and I listened to. That feels really good. And then 2 days, a day later, not repeat the same thing over to yourself. And listen, you're breaking habits here your whole life, whether you're 20 years old or you're 50 years old or 70 years old. Your whole life you've been programmed in doing a certain thing every day. And usually it's in a stressful way. You really have. You're freaked out about asking that person on a date. You know, you're freaked out about making that commitment as to what what you're going to do for that job or what car to buy or anything else. And you're constantly thrown these things all the time. So how are you going to react to them? And that's your decision, and that's what you got to decide and be conscious of that. And the more conscious you become of your everyday decision, the more you're just going to do what you're going to do and let it be. And I tell you, it's a finer way to live. It's a much finer way to live. And that's it. That's it for this week. All right. I'm wearing the same shirt in these videos, if you may notice, week after week, because right now I'm going to Israel for 3 weeks to do a workshop out there. And I just want to have all my Monday morning videos to you guys. So I was going to change my shirt to make it look like I was doing it each week, but why would I do that? That's a lie. That's not the truth. And I want to share the truth with you. And that's what's happening. So make it a great week. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share these messages, spread it, and that could be your gift to someone else. Maybe you feel like you're not doing enough to help other people. Well, maybe you can, and you could say, I've shared something today. And whatever it is you can do to help someone today, do it. Feels great. All right? Have a good one, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Take care. Whoa! Hey! Go back. Go back.
Go back.
Great. Go back. Go back.